Great. So today we're going to be talking about growing your online presence with email and social media. This webinar is presented by MagniMe Email Marketing, and I'm Dean from MagniMe, and with me here is Chris Rieger. And we're also joined by our really good friend at GrowSocial, John and Cameron. John, Cameron, you guys want to say hi?
Hey, how's everybody going? This is John from GrowSocial, VP of Business Development here.
And I'm Cameron Kirby, and I am VP of Social Strategy.
And we're super excited to be on this webinar. Like Dean mentioned, we're super good friends with the MagniMe team and love everything that they're doing, and excited to be a part of this. So thanks again for having us, guys.
Cool. It's great to have you. All right. So a couple other things to just point out to everyone. On the top left of your screen, you should see a Q&A button. Feel free to ask questions throughout. We'll try and get to as many of them in our Q&A period. But any we don't get to, any questions that aren't answered, feel free to email us. You can email the MagniMe team at any point through the webinar and at any point 24 hours a day at support@magnime.com. And John and Cameron, is there a good way to get hold of you guys if they have GrowSocial questions?
Yeah, they can actually just reach out to myself. It's Cameron@GrowSocial.com, and we can get you in touch with the correct person from support needs, and we'll be able to answer questions there as well.
Cool. Great. So in today's webinar, we're going to be sharing some simple and concrete tips to give a boost to your email marketing and social media strategies. One thing I'm a really big believer in is that email and social media do not exist in a vacuum, and they really work together beautifully. And to think holistically about the combination of them is really the way to go. So let's dive right in and discuss for those coming to us through GrowSocial who don't know MagniMe. Let me tell you quickly about MagniMe. So as you can see here on the slide, MagniMe is an email marketing company. We started in 2008, and our overarching philosophy is simplicity. Our whole goal is to be easy to use, easy to create and send emails, and to look great the entire time. We've got all the good features you need. We have a free account up to 2,500 contacts, great integration with social media like Facebook, Twitter, Pinterest, and of course Google+, integrations with other companies, and of course, which is something that I'm very passionate about, our customer support is really it's our top priority. So we'll help you out from the get-go. Feel free to reach out to us at any point. And with that, let's chat to the guys at GrowSocial. John or Cameron, you want to tell us a little bit about who GrowSocial is?
Absolutely. Yeah, thanks so much again for having us on. And for all of you users out there who aren't using MagniMe, we highly encourage that you do use MagniMe. As Dean mentioned, using social media and email marketing combined is an absolute no-brainer, whether you're a small business from the corner deli all the way up to, a larger company. Social media and email marketing, we like to joke around here that, it's the perfect marriage, and, if these things could get married, they would. Anyways, on that note, GrowSocial, we are a social media marketing company, as Dean mentioned, and we were founded in 2010. We're located here in Utah. And we are the creator of social media marketing software. It's a software as a service. We allow users and give them the ability to create content, promotions, contests to better engage their current users, and not only that, but to get the contact information for potential new customers. And again, that's through the different promotions you can run, as well as combining that with your email marketing. That's where you'll always see the best results, when you're combining the two. We're a team here of we're about 25 people now. Like I said, we like to joke around here, we have a bunch of seasoned social media marketers here on our side, and kind of our inside joke, but it's very true, is we've helped tens of thousands of businesses, and we've done enough things wrong at the very beginning that we now know what works. And so we like to think of ourselves as pretty seasoned. And again, as I mentioned, we've helped companies from, the corner deli all the way up to, public companies such as Skull Candy, Monster, Suzuki, things like that. Currently we have over 35,000 users that use our software. And also wanted to point out briefly as well is based upon our relationship that we have with MagniMe, for those of you who stick around until the end of the webinar, we actually have a special offer that we'll be providing MagniMe users the chance to get should they have interest in getting it. And so like I said, if you sit tight till the end of the webinar, we'll touch on that briefly at the very end. So again, that's who GrowSocial is in a nutshell. And again, for all of you who aren't using MagniMe, we highly recommend and encourage you that you do, because it will change your business and help you grow your business and grow your list to improve your marketing efforts and reach a broader user and turn those those email the people on your email list into customers.
Awesome, thanks so much, John. And yeah, I'm gonna jump in and share some of that love right back. We've referred a ton of MagniMe users to GrowSocial and heard just absolutely rave reviews from people, and really there's a ton of benefits in combining these two realms, and GrowSocial works so beautifully with MagniMe, and yeah, match made in heaven there. So let's jump on. Now, email marketing is something I'm probably a little bit over passionate about, and there's good reason. It's an incredibly relevant channel. So I've done a lot of talks, and usually I do them in person rather than online. But one of the most common questions I've had throughout the last 5 years is I hear email's not that important, text messaging is super important, social media is super important. And the thing is that, as you can see on the slide, email is still the #1 reason that adults go online. 92% of online adults check email. Another interesting thing is 50% of all adults actually check email first thing in the morning. Similar numbers also check Facebook. First thing they do in the morning when they wake up, and the last thing they do before they go to sleep. There's a lot of activity both in the inbox and on social media in bed. So email is a great way to drive engagement, and one of the things that I like to point to when people ask me about how email is still relevant is I point to the fact that Twitter, Facebook, Google+, all actually use email themselves to drive engagement. Twitter sends me an email to let me know who I should follow, recent activity, as does Facebook and Google+. Timeliness and relevance are critical, and you can get away from the one-size-fits-all. Thing is with email is that you have a real opportunity to share content rather than share marketing. And it's a great place to inform and interact and think about why you really use email. When you're using email, and I'm not talking about professionally now, I'm talking personally, when one is using email personally, you're interacting with your friends, your family, people that you love, who love you, people that you're comfortable with. When you receive an email from a business, you have an opportunity to engage more with that business as well, to interact. And I know when we send our own newsletters, when MagniMe sends newsletters, we get hundreds of replies back from people just to chat about the actual content of that email. And it's a really beautiful way to step out of the marketing blast and into actually engaging with people. So I hate to keep using the buzzword engage, and I'd like to just actually chat for a minute what I mean there. When you use email to discuss things, it's not a matter of trying to sell all the time, but rather to actually inform, discuss, describe your own business. So for example, one thing I like to talk about is photographers. So if a photographer has a gallery showing or, for example, a wedding shoot, to describe the story behind the couple, what techniques they used for the shoot, that sort of stuff is super interesting, rather than just saying, wedding photographer available, come to my show, something like that. So I hope that's very clear to everyone. And I can move on to segmentation. In email, segmentation is a real possibility. So what you can do is look at your email list, look at your engagement, and start tailoring your emails based on how your list has interacted with you. So for example, if you have people who have bought a specific product from you, you can send them an email blast that's geared towards other products they might like that might not be of interest to an entirely different segment of your contacts and past customers that would be interested in something entirely different. So it is easy to get started with email, and it's definitely worth being patient to get over any learning curves. And again, feel free to reach out to MagniMe support to get any help or advice you need. So how does this relate to social media? So we're going to cover a couple, well, 4 basics really. Adding social icons to email newsletters, which takes your email newsletter base and drives them to your social media channels. And adding share buttons to your email newsletter, which actually puts the control in the hands of your customers. Using a Facebook sign-up form, and that's something GrowSocial does as well, and we're going to show off GrowSocial's really beautiful stuff there. Using a Facebook sign-up form and pushing for sign-ups on social media gets the social media folks into your newsletter, and simply sharing your email newsletter or promotion in the actual streams. So let's dive right in. So adding social icons to email newsletters. If you look over here on the left of your screen at the bottom, you'll see 5 little icons. We have an email icon, Facebook, Google+, Pinterest, and of course Twitter. So in MagniMe, when you activate your social icons add-on, you can set up to automatically add these little icons at the bottom. It means you can set it and move on with your life. Every time you send an email, we'll automatically be adding those icons to the bottom. And where that's really helpful is that there's often crossover between your email list and your social media followers, your likes on Facebook and your Twitter followers, etc. But there is also often a big gap. So there's often people on your email list who have never thought about your Facebook page. So with that in mind, it's always a really good idea to make it accessible for people on your email list to find you on social media platforms. And something else that I recommend is actually in the content, recommending people to visit your social pages. You can say at the bottom of the promotion, click some of these icons below to hang out with us on Twitter or to hang out with us on Facebook. We have special deals on Facebook. We have special contests on Twitter, etc. Incentivizing this stuff is really helpful too, and what you want to do is drive people from your email list to your social media channels like Facebook. It's the more you can expand and interact with people, the more they'll stay engaged with your business, the more they'll recommend and share your business. Keep in mind, when people are commenting on Facebook or Twitter, their followers and their fans are also seeing this. It's a great way to expand your overall reach and get eyes on your business that previously wouldn't actually see you. So don't be shy. Tell people, check us out, click these icons. So how
Dean, if you don't mind,
yeah.
Yeah, one thing just to add with that we over here at GrowSocial, we've seen such a large impact, especially for those pages that are just starting out, that this plays a major role in getting exposure for your fan pages, for your other social networks. So we just want to attest that, doing that is going to play a major role in you guys having success from the social media side. And this is just one of the things that we'll discuss today, but we just wanted to put behind that this is a thing that we would encourage as well, because it plays such a major role, especially for those pages that are new, that are just now, maybe a smaller business. So just make sure that you guys are doing that.
Great. Thanks so much. Cool. So how in MagniMe do you actually do that? All you do is, if you click on the Add Things link, you'll see where my mouse is up top here. You'll find the social links add-on. Just activate it, and then you can add your social links here, edit your URLs, and just generally set it up. Once it's set up, you can move on. No need to ever do it again, unless, of course, you have more social channels that you interact with. We have a whole suite of them, so it's unlikely that you'll be on a social channel that we don't already have available for you to just plug in your URL. So next up is the share buttons, and this is actually one of my favorites. So adding social sharing options to your email newsletter allows your readers to easily share your promotion. And why this matters is because this is the ultimate way to go viral. And when I say the word viral, people have ideas of just huge millions and millions of people all across the world clicking on links and heading to your business. That's not really what viral means to me. That's what viral might mean to a YouTube star, but what's realistic is that you want to just be shared. You want to have your fans become evangelists for your business. You want to have your listeners become promoters of your band. Basically, allowing people and encouraging people to share your newsletter is a way to get from 10 people to 12 people to 15 people. It is exponential, and it keeps growing, and it's just so important to make sure that this stuff is available. And again, I'd like to, and I'm probably going to say this a lot, don't be shy. Tell people in your newsletter, click those links up top, share the promotion. You can incentivize it, and that's something that we can discuss as well. But just ask people to do it. Don't be scared. No one's going to be offended that you suggest that they tweet about your newsletter. Of course, we come into your actual newsletter content. I touched on this a little bit ineloquently at the start, but making sure you have actually shareable content in your newsletters is vital at this point. So make sure that when you create a newsletter, you're not simply creating something to make a quick buck and sell. I mean, of course, that's your end goal, but having content that you know that you would love to receive, having content that you know that your readers, your customers, your friends would love to receive is the key to actually getting people to then click on these share buttons. So you see them here at the top. There's the like button, the tweet button, the pin it, and the Google +1. So how does this really work? When someone actually clicks on one of these buttons, you can see here on the right, it shows, you've got the examples right here. Check out this newsletter. It'll actually share on Google Plus and +1 a link and a thumbnail of the actual newsletter. So what that means is if you have one person click that link, click the Facebook share button, and they have 500 friends on Facebook, you're going to reach a whole lot of new eyes. Obviously not all 500 because it's a stream, but what you are going to do is reach a few more people. And let's be honest, it's such a small step to reach one more person, it's worth it. So I think it's really helpful to utilize these things. One other trick that I've seen, and this may require a little bit of image editing, is actually in your MagniMe banner image, if you can see my mouse roughly where I am, is have a little thing saying, click these buttons, or share these buttons, something like that. There's really no harm in being blunt and upfront. So And GrowSocial guys, I'll ask you if you have anything to add about the sharing, any tips?
Well, of course, with social media, that plays such a vital role, right? That exactly what you're talking about, Dean, is that viral share element is what we want. Now, that plays a major role, and we'll talk about this in a minute. But definitely, guys, from that perspective, you have the opportunity, especially with running the promotions, and from that perspective, it goes along the lines of what Dean had went over in the previous slide as well, is as gaining exposure. We want to make sure that people know that we are in the social space, that we're there to be able to, we're here for the long haul, and that we want to be as social as possible. So from that perspective, too, you come across credible. So keep that in mind as you guys are pursuing that as well.
Cool. Thank you.
Hey, Dean,
Sorry, go ahead.
Sorry, this is Chris. Can I jump in as well real quick?
Sure.
Just a quick note. I'm seeing a few questions regarding the fact that we're showing some examples. I just wanted to make a quick point. While Dean is walking through some examples here, and you're seeing screenshots, obviously using our tool, MagniMe, which we're certainly partial to, most of and pretty much all of the tips that you're seeing today about adding share buttons, adding links to your social pages, should be able to be accomplished with other email marketing platforms as well. I'm just seeing a lot of questions about that, Dean. I just wanted to make sure people were comfortable that while we can't speak to the specifics of other email marketing services, ourselves, I would imagine that if they're, and I can say, if they're a good platform, they've got a good, robust offering in terms of features, you should be able to accomplish this with other platforms. Like I said, we're certainly partial to MagniMe, but wanted to make sure people understood that there's some broad applicability here.
Cool. Thanks so much, Chris. And that does actually remind me of a point I did need to make back with the social icons idea. You don't need your email marketing platform to even offer something like that. Facebook, Twitter, all of them have their own icons that you can download off their site. It's usually a link at the bottom of any of those websites. They'll have some tools that you can use, and you can just import them as an image. All email marketing platforms will offer clickable images. So if you decide instead of yellow flowers like you can see on the screen, you want a giant Facebook icon there, by all means, you can do that. So there's always a workaround regardless of who you use. Cool. So in MagniMe, to show a little bit of bias, how you include those share buttons, when you hit send, just check those off. It's an option that you have during your send process. And that's it. Okay, so next thing, and we're nearly at the GrowSocial at the GrowSocial aspect of this, and the part that they do beautifully. But just before we get there, using a Facebook sign-up form is something that we're in love with here at MagniMe. Facebook is such an important part of everyone's lives now. In fact, if I remember right, if you took the population that uses Facebook, they'd be one of the largest countries in the world. And I don't think there's any doubt anymore as to the importance of Facebook in our day-to-day existence. So making sure that it's easy for people to subscribe to your newsletter from Facebook is important. Facebook is a really vital lead capturing channel. So what you can do in MagniMe and other platforms is take a sign-up form, and in MagniMe we call it either a sign-up form or a web form, and add it as a tab to Facebook. And all you need to do is hit the Add Facebook tab button, again under the Add Things area. So what that does, actually, I'm going to zoom up and show you. I remember we had it over there. If you see here on the top right as a tab, there's an email sign-up tab. And that's a really great thing to have on any business page. Now, that brings me again into a little bit of social integration with email marketing. What you should be doing on your Facebook page, like I mentioned in the email, you can drive people to Facebook. You can say, hey, click here, go find us on Facebook. On Facebook and on Twitter, you can do the same thing. Sign up for our newsletter. We have amazing content to share. We have specials. We have discounts. We have latest updates on new products that you like. Find us, join our newsletter, click the tab up top. And you'll see soon how GrowSocial actually makes that even better and really drives more lead capture. So here we go. This is the GrowSocial bit. And John, if you want to dig into this a little bit first, or if you want to jump in right now.
Perfect. Yeah, Dean, we'd love to. So the great thing about a few things that Dean just showed you is that integration with GrowSocial and MagniMe. Now, that integration plays a great role in getting people that are using MagniMe to be able to integrate, as people fill out forms. Now, the example there on the screen, guys, is a perfect example of that. Now, as people, this client here is integrated with MagniMe, and I've had the opportunity to actually work with this client, and they have nothing but great things. So, but one thing that they wanted to do is make sure that everybody that comes and visits their Facebook page have the opportunity, if they need to, they can contact them and they can subscribe to the newsletter via MagniMe. Now, the integration that's cool there is that we really have the opportunity to have those directly come into your subscription list that then you can add to your marketing efforts. Now, not only that is we have a great opportunity in the email marketing world, and what MagniMe has to offer is, as you guys grow your Facebook page and you guys have these special offerings, that we integrate them with other things that are built in with GrowSocial. So, such as running a Facebook promotion, you have the opportunity to collect emails and then use MagniMe to remarket those people and actually turn these fans, these people that are interested in your product via Facebook, into actual users through MagniMe and writing newsletters and things like that.
Cool. So, let me actually just jump back here. One thing I did want to mention, and John, maybe you can jump in here and give a quick thing about the benefits of maybe setting up the wall. I know you guys at GrowSocial do it really well. That really sets up the situation that requires people to actually sign up. Am I on the right track here?
Yeah, no, you definitely are. Now, one of the key things that we've seen to be really effective from the social media standpoint and email marketing efforts that we see MagniMe fitting in so well is you running a Facebook promotion, having people do 3 things in order to enter some sort of giveaway or offer. Now, first one is get a like, which is valuable. Then step 2, which relates to MagniMe, is entering your email. Now, I'll get into this in a second, but what we're going to do is we're going to collect those and implement those into MagniMe. Now, step 3 is share. And that share, what that does is create a viralness. You know how Dean was talking about share for your email. This is for Facebook for the promotion, that as they're sharing with their friends are coming back and signing up. Now, with those emails that you guys collect with these promotions, these giveaways, what we've seen to be the best turnaround and why we love email marketing and love MagniMe so much is that we have the opportunity to then remarket these people, to send them some sort of offer after our promotion's over. So let's say, for example, we do a giveaway of our product, and maybe we pick 3 winners. Now, there may be a few hundred people that have entered this promotion. With MagniMe, you then have the opportunity to send an email to these people with some sort of offer, whether that's a special offer for the website, free shipping, something that buy one get one free, whatever it may be. But with that strategy in mind, we without email marketing, GrowSocial is only good to a point. And so that's why we love the email side of it, because that's where you're turning and being able to offer these people from a promotion standpoint to really come back, and you guys have the opportunity to use MagniMe to send out that blast.
Cool, thanks so much. And I do want to keep stressing the whole holistic approach to this stuff, because like John just mentioned, email is only one part of the equation. The rest of it is Facebook and social media. And these tips that we're going over, and these tools, more accurately, these tools that we're going over are ways to actually sort of close that gap between these different channels, the email channel and the social media channel, and make it really easy to get people on your email list interacting with you on your Facebook page, and get the people who are active on Facebook actually signing up and replying and sharing and hopefully even purchasing based on your emails. So definitely keep that in mind. None of this actually works in a vacuum. So this brings me to what I believe is our final point, sharing your email newsletter or promotion. And this one is simple. Think of this as the marketing, or the email marketing, or the email newsletter status update. All you do in MagniMe is grab the link, and this applies to any platform. Grab the web link for your newsletter and share it. Paste it into Twitter. Paste it into Facebook as a status update and say, read my email newsletter. Send it on to people. Tweet people that you know will love it. Even if it's just one person. Again, everything that you do in social media reaches more than just the individuals that you interact with. It reaches their friends and their followers. And so, simply put, grabbing the URL and sharing it is a fantastic way. Think about your own Facebook feed, your own Facebook page, rather. Your news feed is filled with the activities that your friends are doing. So if you share this and ask 10 of your most loyal customers, ask your cousins and your family to do this. Ask them to hit the share button when you post your newsletter, and your newsletter will reach more people. And, some people have a lot of grand ideas about going viral and social media, and they think it's a failure if it doesn't reach 1 million people. But then think about it like this. When you interact with someone one-to-one and you gain them as a customer, you just tell them about your business, you have grown awareness of you by one. And social media is the easiest place in the world to do that. You can use these tools to grow one by one by one, and it's exponential. So please don't get discouraged if you don't become as huge as YouTube video stars. But if you get a few new eyes on you, on your newsletter, on your product, on your Facebook page, you've made that day that much more successful. I do want to mention briefly our Pinterest integration, because this is something that I think is really cool that MagniMe does. Pinterest, and the reason I don't want to say Pinterest is overlooked, because it's clearly not, but in the people that I talk to on a daily basis, they always talk about Facebook and Twitter. And you can hear even in this webinar, we focused on Facebook and Twitter. Pinterest is the third largest driver of referral traffic online. It's something that you shouldn't ignore, and it's really easy to actually be active on. It's fun. It's simple. Everyone I know that has redecorated their living room, everyone I know that is an avid foodie, someone who cooks a lot, they find stuff on Pinterest all the time. So while this might not apply to every single business, it certainly applies to many businesses. And one thing that MagniMe does really well is take your newsletter and turns it into a Pinterest-friendly thumbnail. So all you do is you hit the share on Pinterest button, and I'll show you it's right here on this share button. And you can end up with a gorgeous Pinterest-friendly thumbnail. So please don't forget Pinterest. Okay, we're nearly into the Q&A bit, and I'm going to hurry along because I think I've been dragging this a little bit. Email is very relevant. Don't forget it, and certainly make sure that you're sending out regular email newsletters. Just a quick aside, if you're not sending out one newsletter monthly, start doing so. And something that people always think they need to do when sending out a newsletter is have it be really involved and in-depth and long and full of stuff. It doesn't. It can be an idea. It can be a thought. It can be 2 paragraphs long. It can be 1 paragraph long with a little picture. Feel free to email me at any point. You can email me directly, dean@magnime.com. I'm more than happy to chat with you about some content ideas if you're not sure what to send in an actual email. But when you need to be sending out emails, and if you find that you're spending 5 hours on a newsletter, cut it out. Go to send a newsletter that takes you 15 minutes, but send a newsletter. Integrating social media tactics is not only a great way, it's a super important way to expand the reach of your email newsletters and expand your audience. And vice versa, I got to say, being very active in social media is a great way to actually grow your email list. Tools like MagniMe and our friends at GrowSocial make it super simple to get started with online marketing. So that's really it. John, do you want to add any closing remarks before we get into the Q&A?
No, I mean, again, we just full-heartedly agree with everything that's been shared on this webinar. And again, encourage all of you to to take that holistic approach and realize that there are different things you can be doing from the social media to the email marketing, et cetera. And when you combine, all those different best practices and those different marketing efforts, you're bound to see a vast improvement in your business and in what you're trying to accomplish. And as I mentioned earlier, as you guys can see on your screens, we did say that there would be a special GrowSocial offer based upon our relationship with MagniMe. And if you look at the link right there, what you can do is if you want a free trial, you can just go to the www.growsocial.com/pages/MagniMe. Or if you go to the MagniMe Plus, we have a Kickstart package where, again, we've used this with clients from, from a small startup up to, the Skull Candies of the world, where typically it's an $800 price point where we will have you work with one of our social media consultants and kind of walk you through of best practices when, using social media and when, using GrowSocial and the type of content you should be posting, the type of promotions you should be doing. We help you with your design. And again, typically that's $800, but for those who attend the webinar, like I said, if you click on that link that says to MagniMe Plus, we are offering that plus our first month of GrowSocial free for $500. So you can feel free to sign up for that, or you can just enter your first name, last name, and email address, and you can be contacted by one of our social media specialists here who can answer any questions you may have. So again, we look forward to the Q&A and answering any questions you guys may have, but appreciate the opportunity, as always, to be on this webinar with MagniMe, and are grateful to all of you, the listeners, for taking time out of your busy schedules to attend this webinar with us.
Cool. Thanks so much, Sean. And before I dig into the questions, I have one more thing to say. I do really appreciate everyone who joined us and everyone who's listening and asking questions. One thing I do need to say is a lot of this stuff can feel overwhelming and it can look like a lot. You don't have to do all of it at once. You don't have to do everything at once, but you really should just do something. Get started. Embrace it as a short part of a small part of your routine, and just really be involved in newsletters and social media together, and think about the circle that they form. And yeah, don't let it feel like it's too much. Just do as much as you can comfortably do. Cool. So I need to look at the questions, and that means I need to stop the screen sharing. So guys, bear with me for a second.
And Dean, while you do that, I can actually jump in and kind of kick things off as well with questions. So actually the first thing, and this will go right to the